Have you ever found yourself in this life almost or in a situation whereby you are almost sitting for an exam, doing a test, or even going for an interview, and just simply deep within yourself, you know that for sure you just ain't ready for it, and you're full of fear and anxiety, and you know for sure you're not for sure you're not ready for it, either because you've not prepared well, or you're afraid, or you're just nervous. And most likely it's the reason why we are not ready for those exams or even those interviews, or whatever, name it, mainly is because we have not prepared enough for them. Hi everyone, welcome to Each One Teach One. This is Regina again, and yes, it's another session, and I thank God to be able to share with you today on our topic. So guys, today I actually thought of calling or giving the title of our session or our discussion today, Too Busy Wasting the Borrowed Air They Have. Now, a story is told in the Bible, for those of us who are Christians, of a king who was, God spoke to him, and he told him that he was about to die, and he gave even the specific date and time that he would be dying. So this king literally begged God to add more years unto him. And he was like, I can only imagine how he felt that time. And he was busy asking God, please God, just give me another chance. Let me live some more. Add me more years of my life. And making all those promises that we make to God whenever we want something real, him to do for us something real big. I can only imagine what was going through his mind and how he felt deep within his heart, knowing that he's dying. Now, I thought of that story, and I thought to myself, how many of us are the same with this very moment? Feeling not ready, and if God told us that now it's time to go, we would, go down on our knees and beg God for another chance and to give us, even if it's one more year, just give me one more year. And I know that for sure most of us will do that. Now, I'll tell you guys that some few years back, I was exactly that kind of a person. And I feared death for one, and I found myself always thinking, if death comes and knocks on my door right now, would I be ready to go? Am I really ready to leave this world? And I found myself feeling nervous, anxious, and all full of fear, because I knew that for sure I was not ready to go. I was just not ready to leave this world because I felt I was not ready and I was not prepared for death at that time. Now, I know that for us all human beings, death is actually inevitable, and that's a fact. But how we go, that's our choice. And what we do with the time that we have before our time to live comes, that's our choice. And remember what I mentioned yesterday on our session. I said that the best gift that God gave to us, to me, is actually the ability to choose. And we have different types of choices. There's choice to live, choice to, how to live your life, the lifestyle that you want to live, name it. But the best gift that God has given to us is the ability to choose whatever other kind of life that we want. So guys, today as I share with you this topic, I would like us to think of, I would like to even share few ideas and few examples so that we can try and understand what the topic is all about. Now imagine yourself borrowing some large amount of money, like a loan from a bank, or even think of anyone who you know maybe in your life, or you have seen, or some experience that you have had of people that have borrowed money from a bank, and after a few years there's nothing tangible surely there is nothing tangible you can say that they have done, or you can see and just think to yourself, oh, so this what this why he borrowed the money from the bank, such a large amount of money from the bank. Why? Because it's either they have just misused the money, lost focus on why they borrowed that money, and they ended up misusing the whole amount, and now it's time for them to pay back to the bank, and they have nothing to give to the bank because they did not generate any income or any revenue from the money. They did not invest well in that money, so they have nothing. Actually, they have no money to pay back to the bank, and most of them even end up dying of depression, heart attack, because they cannot give back that amount. And that on top of that, the amount that they borrowed, there is actually the interest on top of it, and they are full of fear. They don't know where to start. They don't know how to do it. Take that example now to your own self. Ask yourself right now, if death came knocking on your door right now, are you ready to go? What contributions have you made or gave to your society? I was speaking to a group of people beginning of this week, and I asked them, why is it that so many people die in the world, but you end up finding some people, when they die, it's like in all the news, in all the TV stations and radio stations, it's all about the death of so and so, and giving their life history, sharing the photos of what they have done. Why? And yet, does it mean that we don't have other people who are dying in the world? We have so many people who are dying right now, but it's not all of them we are not going to see all of them in the bulletins, in the news, and we are not, the information and life history will not be shared to the world. Why? Guys, it's because of the contribution that they made to the society. It's their contribution. What they did was so unique and so special that it just can't be forgotten. And I can tell you some of those great people that have done so much to the world, or in the world, or into the society. Their names and their works will go unforgotten, even past their grave. That's why you hear of prominent people, they died years back, presidents who died years back, but they are still remembered till date. It means that they made use of the bread that they were given. They did all that they ought to have done at that time when they were still alive. And this morning, I can tell you that for sure, it's saddening to see most young people and old, young, middle-aged people wasting their time doing things that they are not supposed to be doing, and they know for sure they are not supposed to be doing those things, but they still keep doing it. Now, I have had friends, and I like asking, like, okay, what do you like to do? You know how you have friends and you're just sharing. And it's so saddening sometimes to hear somebody reply and say, I actually don't know. Now, I don't blame them. I blame the fact that they have not spent time on their own to realize their potential, the potential that is the greatness that is inside of them. Now, I'll tell you one thing, that, as I mentioned some time back, there is potential within you that you can only discover when you're truly, truly alone. And at times in my life, I found myself too busy doing things, too busy even, spending time with friends, and being always afraid of living, staying on my own at times, being alone at times. But when I discovered the importance of me time, I never denied myself since then. A time comes, guys, when we need to spend time. If you really want to know what your potential is, stop saying that you don't know why God created you. Spend time on your own, and you'll realize that you have greatness within you, so unique that if you gave it to the world, they will really appreciate it. Don't look down on yourself. The reason why you're looking down on yourself is because you have not given yourself enough time, your own me time, to figure out why am I here? What should I be doing? What does God expect me to be doing right here in this life? I can tell you that for sure, as long as you're breathing, God has a reason and a purpose for it. And I strongly believe that each one of us has a mission and a purpose and a reason why God has placed them in this life. You just didn't come here to show up and just exit, without any notice. And that nobody will notice whether you are still alive or you're dead, because of you're not making any contribution to those around you. You're not making any contribution even to your own self. It's saddening, guys, to see us wasting that. Imagine if, for example, that example that I've just given you of a person borrowing a loan from the bank and misusing it, and a time comes when he or she has to pay back, and she has nothing, and she's full of depression, stress, going crazy about it because they don't have anything to give back to the bank. Imagine if that money was like your time, the time that God has given you, ever since you from your first breath. And now the death has come knocking on your door, and you have nothing. There's nothing that you have done in this life. And you have these ghosts of all your potential and all your talents surrounding you on your deathbed, asking you, we were here and you did nothing with us. And sometimes I tend to think that that's why when most people are dying, some people, when they are dying, and it's like they are fighting and they are so afraid, and they are kicking the legs and moving, and they are just not ready to go. I look forward to a time that we are going, most of us will go to rest. That is, when their time comes to die. And we don't have to struggle, we don't have to feel guilt, we don't have to have regrets in our hearts. Why? Because we have made use great and lived a life full of purpose, and we have fulfilled our divine purpose in this world, that even when time comes for us to go, we'll just go peacefully. Now, I told you, as I told you before, guys, I was so afraid of dying because I felt I was not ready to go. Now, when I realized the importance of me time, I started using that time to figure out what is it that I was created to do. Am I just here to just exist and then exit without anybody noticing it? No. I want to be ready when my time is there. So I learned to stop doing things that are not necessary, that are not even of importance to me and even to the people around. It's not easy, guys, because when you're used to doing things the same way, most of us are so rigid to change, and change is not easy. But if you are changing for the better, then that's the best thing to do. That's the best decision to do. I found myself wasting too much time, a lot of time online, talking to people, and whatever discussion that we are having, it's not really ending or taking me anywhere. It's not of importance. It's not helping me on personal growth. And it's actually saddening, guys. Very saddening to see people wasting time always on phone, hours and hours, talking to people that are not going to be of help to them, doing things day in, day out that are not even making them feel the satisfaction that they are looking for, or even happiness. People waking up day in, day out, going to a job that they are not even happy about. If you're on that list of those people who are doing that, just know, this is just a reminder that you are busy wasting the borrowed air that you have. A time comes that we have to face life as it is and be real, guys. Because this life is not, we are not just here forever. We are actually on transit. Even the air that we breathe is actually borrowed, guys. Because our tomorrow is not guaranteed. So I learned to stop fearing. Instead of fearing death, there's something that I can do about it. That even if it comes now, I will be satisfied, and I know that even if maybe it's untimely, I have done at least 80% of what I was born to do. And I always pray to God that I will not go having done 80%. If possible, I want to do 100 plus. It's unfortunate to see people die or people just exiting this life to the next without having done much with their time. This is a wake-up call, guys. It's a wake-up call to me, to you, to the whole world, that we have got to stop wasting the borrowed air that God has given us. Stop living life like you already home and this is the end. It's not the end. We are all on transit. We are all eternal beings living in temporary bodies. So I stopped fearing death, and I started concentrating on that which I believe and I know that will be of help to me and to the society. Now, someone once asked me, what is it that you have found now that you're back to Kenya? What is it that you have done, you have found to do with your life or with yourself? And I replied and I told them that in this life, you only find what to do with yourself or with your life when it's easy for you and super amazing to the world. If you are somewhere right now doing things that are not of help to you and to the society, and you are always struggling and you are not even happy about it, just stop it. That is not your calling. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Now, I have a relative that is quite a writer, and he loves writing. And I would say, guys, that this guy, he resigned from his job to pursue his dream, to pursue his career, that thing that he felt he has to do, and that is writing. Now, I know that most people blamed him, or even we have other people who have done the same thing, left a certain job, and pursued what they believe that they were born to do, and all those around them are blaming and are like, are you crazy? Why did you leave your job? It was well paid. Why? Because they are not just happy with what they are doing. And I can tell you guys, that guy, even if whatever he's doing right now maybe might not be well paying, he's happy with whatever. I spoke to him a few days back, and he's comfortable, he's happy, satisfied, and even does not need an alarm clock to wake up in the morning to do his thing. Why? Because people who have something to look forward to, they don't need that alarm. And even if they have it, they'll not keep on snoozing, snoozing it after every 5 minutes. Even some of us are snoozing it after 1 hour. It's time to live life with passion, and energy. That feeling that you have when you wake up and just seeing the fact that you have just seen the sun gives you joy. You feel energetic and passionate about. And until we find out that which makes us happy, we'll always wake up and start complaining about every single thing. Why is it too sunny today? Why is it raining? Why am I feeling cold? Why complaining? Why? Because deep within you, you're not happy. You're not happy with the job that you have. You're not happy. Why? You cannot have happiness or joy, guys, if you are busy doing things that God has not created you to do. The moment that you realize why you are born, that's when your life starts. And I will tell you one thing. The most important day of your life is not when you got born. It's when you realize why you are born. You are why. That moment when you realize, I was born to sing. I was born to I was born to help. I was born to do this. I'm a great business person. I was born to do this. I was born to write. That's the most important day of your life. And there is peace and rest in doing that which you are created to do. My challenge to you today, this Saturday, wherever you are, is what are you doing with that air that you have? You are busy breathing and wasting it. When someone is in the hospital bed, guys, begging God for that chance that you have right now. They are begging God for that day that you are complaining about, busy complaining about your partners, wasting every single second that we have online doing things that are not even helping us progress, busy gossiping about others when you should be using that time to concentrate on you, to find out, to dig deep within yourself, to know why am I here? Do you think I sincerely believe that God did not bring you here to discuss others. God did not bring you here to use your phone to do unnecessary and wrong things that are not even going to help you, neither you nor the society. It's time to be cautious and be realistic, guys. This life does not last forever, and I love the fact that we are so we are so comfortable saying that we only get to live once. So what? You get to live once, so that that should not make you fear death. It should actually motivate you to do better in life. Now, there's a verse in the Bible I read the other day. I think it's in the book of James, and it says that those who know what they ought to be doing and don't do it, they are guilty of sin. And I can tell you there is that. If you spend you use your me time properly, that is me time, that personal time that you have, not with friends, not with your spouse, not with your boyfriend, your girlfriend, not with your kids, but not at work, but with your own self, that personal time. If you use it well, just to figure out and to find out why you are here, I can tell you, you will find out that there's something inside of you that you like doing and you love doing. And once you realize it and don't do what you know that you're supposed to be doing, then you are guilty of sin. You're busy wasting. It's better that God gives that bread that you have right now, that opportunity, to somebody else. And we don't have to push God to that. And we don't have to push him to that level. When you see and it's a new day, stop complaining. Do something positive that is going to transform your life and that of the society. It's time to stop wasting our time, guys. Let us not wait until when we are on our deathbed and we are busy begging God for another chance. You are strong right now. You are healthy. Make good use of this opportunity. Let's just stop taking God for granted. Just because he has given you another day and you are healthy, you have your family, you have a good job, and you're busy wasting your time with the wrong things. Now, I look forward to a time whereby we will all go, because death, as I said, is inevitable, but we will go peacefully without any regrets. Don't take those talents that you have to the grave, guys. And one thing that I strongly fight is being on my deathbed and I'm busy crying and asking, why didn't I sing if I was supposed to sing? Use your me time to figure out that greatness within you and make good use of it, guys, before it's too late. Stop wasting the borrowed air that you're breathing right now. Take that time, think about it, make good use of that opportunity that God has given you, so that when time is up, you will not have any regrets. You will go peacefully, and you will be forever. Your name will forever be remembered in this world. Don't just live and nobody will notice. Just live and you just exit this life as if nobody died. And it's unfortunate to see that some people die, and all we can remember them for is they're only remembered for the wrong things. Either he was stealing, either he or she was in prostitution. Those wrong things. We don't need to remember you for the wrong things. You have a chance right now to make good use of your days, to make good use of your time. Not being online doing nothing, wasting your whole day on phone with a spouse or on phone with a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a friend, instead of working on yourself, instead of doing positive things that will be of help to you and the society. Stop. For those of us who keep saying that they don't know why what they're supposed to be doing, you have a chance. You can create that time for your own, your own personal time. Figure out why you're here. because you are here, or your why is going to drive you. It's going to give you focus in life, and you will not have to complain about every single day that you wake up. Somebody, the other day somebody asked me, why do you wake up so early? Why do you go for a jog every morning, and yet you're so skinny, you're slim? And I just felt that was, it's funny, because I know that, for example, if you are into exercising or working out, it's not just because you're plump or you're fat or you want to shed some weight. No, it has benefits. You can, working out helps in your brain function. It refreshes your body as well. And I just don't have, sleep is not a priority to me anymore. I have a relative who used to tell me that, and back then I was like, what does she mean that sleep is not a priority? Now I know what she meant. You're too busy sleeping in, and wasting time, and even after you've slept the whole day, like half of the day, you still wake up feeling miserable, you still wake up feeling lazy, and you want to go back to bed. I can tell you, I was so good at sleeping in. I used to sleep long hours until my dad was like, how do you sleep until 12 p.m. and yet you slept 9 p.m. in the evening last night? And when I realized how precious this life is and how short, we're so busy saying that life is short. So what are you doing? If it's short, then I thought that you're supposed to be doing the best, doing the best out of it, making good use of it. And guys, I can tell you, I have worked in different companies, and some of them, it was a contract, like 2-3 years, some 2 years, another one was 3 years, and different other contracts. And I have seen people, most of my colleagues, setting goals that, yes, this contract, I've signed a contract of 2 years, and what do I want? I want to have done this and this much by the end of the 2-year contract. Imagine if your life was that kind of a job with a contract. How much would you do? And how much would you do to benefit yourself or to progress in life within those 2 years? Now the thing with God, with this life, we don't know when our contract ends. And that should not even make us be fearful. That should not make us be so afraid. No, actually it should challenge us and motivate us even to make good use of each and every day. And it counts. Each and every day, each and every second of your life counts. Stop wasting the borrowed air that you have. Your tomorrow is not guaranteed. Yes, we are hopeful that we will see tomorrow. But if you're that kind of a Christian, that kind of a person who is busy asking God when you get to bed and you are praying to God, God, I pray that you may watch over me over the night and give me the gift of life tomorrow. If you know that you have no purpose of seeing tomorrow, stop asking God to give you another day. If all you do is wake up and stay online the whole day, talking and discussing people, having useless discussions that are not heading you anywhere, they are not leading you anywhere, stop asking God for another day. It's better that He gave that bread, that opportunity to another person who is begging for it. I challenge you this day, and I dare you this day, to just focus on the time that you have. Make good use of this time called life. This thing called life, make good use of it. Don't wait until you're on your deathbed to start crying to God and to start asking, why me? Actually, you should be saying, try me. And you will, even past your dream, even past your grave, your name will forever be remembered for the contribution that you made, for the the positive things that you gave to the world. You are so precious, and your time is so precious to be wasting on wrong people, doing wrong things, and things that are not even helpful to you, and you are not even satisfied or happy about it. Guys, it's a wake-up call. It's not too late for us to make good use of our time. Stop wasting the borrowed air that you're breathing right now. There is somebody else in so much in need of it if you don't know that. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever it is that you are watching me from. Remember always, God loves us. He will never leave us. He will never forsake us. And your girl Regina loves you very much, guys. Enjoy your weekend and be blessed, guys.